Hi everyone, Marie back here with you today. Thanks for joining me here on my crafty landing. It has been hot here in the UK the last couple of days, and this is my second attempt at filming. I started it this morning, but it just got too hot and I had to stop. So I'm kind of going to show you something in a minute that I've started, so I'll explain what I've been doing. So we are here because it's Rach and Bella hosting my daily spread, a 30-day creative prompt challenge throughout June, and we are nearing the end. Yes, hang on in there, we're nearly there. Keep going until the 30th. 2 collaborators every day, following a prompt and a suggestion that could go along with that prompt. I am day 26. My partner today is Dash of Dave. So if you are unfamiliar with Dash of Dave, go over to his channel and have a look. He doesn't just do videos like this, he also does podcasts. And often in those podcasts are some very cheery and light-hearted little crafty songs that might make you giggle. Certainly made me giggle when I heard them. So very light-hearted, very uplifting. So thanks, Dave, for those podcasts as well as your videos. Day 26. Let's just me share with you the actual prompt. So day 26, Dash of Dave and Marie at Crafty Landing, letting go of. So that's our prompt. And the idea that could go with letting go of is tear and repair. So a tear and repair technique. And that is what I'm doing today. So let's move those out of the way. And I'll show you something that I've already pre-made with Rach and Bella's kits. This one is the shabby-chic kit. I have been using that a lot, very up my street, but she actually has 3 kits if you are unaware. The shabby-chic, the foundation kit, which is neutral, and the botanical kit. The foundation kit, very, very useful, not just for my daily spread throughout June, but it's got lots of things in there that you can use all the time in your journals, such as tea stain pages, lined paper, bigger blotchy papers. Really, really handy kit to have. I know that Rachel at the moment's got a deal on all 3 kits, so if you want the bundle, go over and get them. Otherwise, she's got the shabby with the ephemera, the foundations, and the botanical, and I think there's ephemera to go with the botanical kit as well. So run, 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 go and get them. This is what I made the other day for this prompt, and it is an envelope. And it originally was an envelope, a brown envelope, that it was beginning to tear, so I tore the sides off, opened it up, and then decorated it, altered it. And you can just about see the original stamp there on the envelope. It had quite a few stamps on it, so whatever was sent in it obviously was quite heavy because it needed those amounts of stamps. And if I turn over to the back, you can see the stamps continuing there. And no rulers today, no rulers and no scissors apart from the cutting out of the main focal point. On this one, it's one of Rachel's flowers from one of the pages, and I used my scissors to cut that. Everything else has been torn either by me with my hands or by tearing it with a ruler as a guide. So I've covered it with tissue paper. So I've collaged that on with matte glue, and then I've added on layers of papers and these beautiful flowers that I've got. Now the prompt is letting go of. My idea is letting go of, I suppose, perfection, really. If I was doing this kind of without thinking, I would probably put all these layers of papers in lines. But I want to try and let go of that perfection a little bit. So I've done all these in different lengths, and I layered them in different ways. So my writing and my idea for this prompt is like letting go of perfection. I'm probably not the only one. There's probably lots of you out there that feel like you are a bit like needing your journals to be perfect, but they don't. Happy accidents happen, and I've learned that along the way. But I'm naturally one that likes neat lines. I'm naturally one that likes the square corners, all things like that. So I have to think about it. I have to think about wonkiness, if you like. So this is how I've approached this. Bit mislayered, uh, everything a little bit different here and there, bit sporadic, but still with a focal point. And I've also used eyelets at each side of the envelope to secure it with a lace bow, which can be undone, and then the whole thing can open out and be used for journaling, because I've backed this one with some tea stain. I've left the inside of the top part of the envelope as it originally is, and that is my idea for today. So now, I already said that I'd started this morning and had to stop because it's been so hot. This is what I've done so far. So I have covered a vintage envelope, so an original vintage envelope I have covered with this pretty, here it is, this pretty tissue that I've got. You don't have to use tissue paper. You could use napkins, anything kind of not too heavy. And Mod Podge would be fine to do this with. I have used matte glue because I didn't want it too shiny, and it's not, so that's good. I think Mod Podge can sometimes leave things a bit shiny. PVA glue would work perfectly with this, but again, it might leave it a bit shiny. So if you're in the UK, you can get this in the range, matte glue, and it really is super and leaves things matte, which is brilliant. So how I did this was I just tore my tissue paper, put my glue down, layered the tissue paper, scrunched it up a little bit, and then put the glue over the top. So I've done that over the entire part of the envelope. If I show you, that was the original envelope, okay, front, and you can see the original stamps there. And here, this one was the airmail. And if you look very closely, up here it says Athens, and down on the original envelope, down here, it was sent to Athens. So this is a vintage envelope that somebody in Athens received. And if I turn it over, the opening part of the envelope was stuck down. I didn't do that. It was already stuck down. So I can't use that. I'm going to have to make a new one if I want a flap over the top. But I left that as is so that you can see some of the original stamp mark and everything. And you can just make out another stamp here and another stamp. So it's obviously been here, there and everywhere, I think, to get to its destination. But I got my knife, slit it down the sides, opened it out, and then I collaged it with this pretty tissue and then left it to dry. And of course, in this sun, it didn't take too long to dry at all. And in fact, leaving it here, the sun even managed to curl it. Look, it's been so hot today. So that is my envelope. I am going to leave that bit as is, but I might want an opening part to my envelope. I'm not sure. I might leave it like that and put lace here. I'm not quite sure yet. But if I open it, there is plenty of room for journaling. So I don't think I'm going to need to back this one like I backed that. If you are backing it, it will make it quite stiff and heavier. So I think I'm going to leave this as is. I'm going to use the same idea about using something to secure it here at the side, but still be able to open it. So I'm going to do that now. I have already got, I'm thinking about using kind of this vintage rope, and I know that I have got some little, in my pot of goodies, I know that I have got some little eyelets. So I'm going to do, that now. I may have pretty nails, but they're not very practical sometimes. There's another eyelet. That's that one. Let me get it out. There. 3. Please let there be another one. 4. They're a little bit different colours at the moment. And that one, brilliant. They are the 4 that match. Fan dabby dozy. Let me get my crocodile here, and I need the small hole. Brilliant. Right, I'm just going to mark with a pencil. I'm going to do it from the back, I think. Just going to mark. So I use the grid on my board, and you can see that that is about same distance from here, same distance from here, so that I can mark the middle, which would be there. So I think I'll do my 2 eyelets, one there and one there, so they'd be equally spaced out, and then again on this side. So equal spacing from there to there. So one eyelet there and the other eyelet there. Right. Before I do that, I have noticed that it's very fragile here. So I am going to do a bit of repair by turning over, and I think I'm going to use a bit of, I think I might use a bit of washi in there. Or no, I won't. I'll use a bit of torn paper scrap, because we are thinking about tearing and repairing today. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and here, that bit, or that bit, I think. I am going to fold it in half to help the envelope when it folds in half. So let me ink that a minute. Ink it in my tea stain, or I ink in walnut, whatever that walnut one is called, and sometimes vintage photo. So now I'm going to glue that. Let me fold that again. So that, I'm going to put a little bit of glue down there. Now, of course, it's warm. So what's my glue going to behave like today? Who knows? So I want a little bit of glue on that bit. Get that in there, like that. And a little bit of glue on this side. Oh, I thought it would come out. Quick, get the lid on. And a little bit of glue that side. Where's my cloth? It's here. Okay. I won't put my finger guard on quite yet. I have one of those gluey finger guards because I'm not very good at getting my hands. I don't like the glue all over my nails. Right, lovely. So that now will fold, and I've also repaired the little tear there. I don't think there's one there. No, that'll be all right. So now I can go ahead with my holes, if I remember where my marks are. There, that one, or that one. No, it's this one. So I'm just going to pop that. Ooh, why won't that go in? Oh, that's out. There we go. It was locked. And I need to pop that there. There. And I need to do that one. Where's my mark? Oops. There. And this side. There. And then finally the fourth one. I have no idea what Dave is going to do, Dash of Dave, for his project, but I have a feeling it won't be anything like this, because he did say he does not do shabby chic very well. So I have a feel, base, I've already turned this around. Here we go, base. So I have a feeling it will be nothing like this one. All right, put that down, lovely. So pop these are the little eyelets, because this is a small envelope. The other one I showed you was a fairly big envelope, so I put larger eyelets on that one. Lovely. Turn it over. This one, go through the airmail stamp, and it goes that way. Lovely. And then this one. When I do these eyelets, I've always got to double check that I'm doing it at the front, like the neat part is at the front. Now this is locked again. Why has it done that? Let me just unlock it. Oh, it does that. It falls into lock. The thing slides, I think, too easily, so it locks itself. Super duper. Now you can lock because I finished with you. There we go. Right, let's put that back. So my eyelets are there. Lovely jubbly. Oh, this one. Now what am I talking about? That's not going to open because my eyelets are there. Marie, you silly Billy, it won't be able to open at all because I've just shut it with the eyelets. Oh, well, live and learn. Remember what I've just said about being perfect, Marie? Yes, okay then. Let me take this price off. So it's just going to be used like a normal envelope, but it will be nice and pretty. I bet you've all been shouting at the screen. That's not going to work, Marie. Now, this isn't going to work either if I can't open it. Right, okay. Where is the end? Here. It's got two ends, yes, but which one is the beginning? Oh dear. I haven't got time to go through to make sure you're coming off properly. Right, I think I'm going to need more than less. So let's chop off that bit. Oh, I said no scissors, but we just need it for this bit. Oh, see, now this has got... Was this the bit I was using? Was this the end I was... Why does this always happen when you're trying to film something? I think that bit will be okay. Right, I'm putting my scissors away because we don't want scissors. And I'm going to put this away and untangle it another time. I'm going to put that away. There we go. Right, so this should fit through my eyelets. It does. Oh, one there. Oh, part of it did. This is going to be a disaster, isn't it? I can tell. It's the heat. The heat is making everything go wrong. It is. And we're now expecting thunderstorms here in the UK, they're saying, particularly where I live in the southwest. So tonight we might have a stormy night. There's nothing like leaving your video to the last minute, is there? I've been trying to film it. It's just been too hot. Right, I'm going to do a nice bow on these, if it will let me. Okay. And then we will get to tearing some more for our decorating. Right, that's that one. And now this side. Right, so that's just a pretty way of just making your envelopes look pretty. I really thought I was going to be able to open them, you know, to journal on. How stupid am I? The eyelet has closed them, hasn't it? The eyelet is I'm so silly. Right, I'm so silly. I was only a teacher, you know. Yes, I was. Right, let's just tighten that and cut this one off. Too long. Right, scissors away. There we go. I'm happy with that. So my lovely decorated envelope, but it's not decorated enough yet. Oh no. So I have some little strips of these left from this one. Okay, and how I made these was getting some paper, even some scraps, because I use scraps, I think, for that, and a piece of my tea stain paper. You can see here where I've been tearing it. This is nice and straight, so we don't want that. So I'm going to get my wonky ruler. Even actually a straight ruler will give you a tear still. So I'm just going to tear that down and tear the other side. And I want it quite narrow, as if it's a piece of ribbon. So I literally am just tearing There we go. And I think I did about 4 or 5 of those. Yep, that's nice and small. That's going to go on there lovely. I'm just going to try and get one more tear out of that in case I need it. So turn that round, and it is about, I'm not going to, oh no, I'm not going to compare it with the other one. Don't compare, Marie. It doesn't need to be perfect. Does not need to be perfect. Even though I'm disappointed about what's happened with those eyelets. Do I need this light on here? Is that a bit better or not? Probably not. It's because it's evening. It's been too hot, so I am filming this in the evening. Right, so you've got those, okay? So you've got your torn strips from scraps, whatever, and a bit of backing. So it can be your tea stain, it can be Amazon packaging or other packaging. I always like the vintage style, so I often use brown for a backing. So packaging works well for me. And I'm going to ink. I think this one is tea stain. Yeah, it is tea dye. I'm going to ink the sides. Like so. Make it look a bit vintagey. No white edges, please. Not for me, not for this project. Okay. That one. Now, my focal point this time on this envelope isn't going to be a floral. It's going to be one of Rachel's journal cards, which I can show you in a minute. So now what we need to do is we're going to, let's get that on, let's turn it around. So I start with the wonky edge here, okay? And I'm going to stick that down there, and then I'm going to tear this side as well, okay? So we're going to glue these down. Like so. Oops. Get it close. There we go. Oops. And let me glue this one as well, because it's so warm the glue is coming out of my bottle without even any pressure from me. It's just oozing out. So let's get that, oh, wrong way. Let's get that on there. Right, I'll leave enough space for the tearing in between. So let's put that there like that. Okay, right, ruler again. Let's do, oh, is that stuck? Let's do that one. So this is literally what I did. I need a bit that side. Please stick. Right, I'm just going to press that down. Okay, so I've got another wonky edge here. That's my tea stain wonky edge. And I need a wonky edge on this one as well. So it's kind of making sure it's got a border. But again, using a tearing ruler or something like your hand, your fingers, to get it wonky donkey like that. I'll keep that because that can be used for something in a project. And I'm going to finish this one off. There we go. And I'm going to finish this one off. Okay, then why is this one not straight? Marie, no perfection, no perfection. Doesn't matter. It's when it's, oh dear, is anybody else like that? When you're naturally someone who just, without even thinking, likes things in straight lines, or you know, neat and tidy, everything in a line, everything in its cupboard in the right place. It's really hard to let go of that kind of thing, because you do it without thinking. To make things a bit wonky and like not perfect and slanty, or you know, a cut here and there, which doesn't really matter, but I have to think about that. I have to think about, oh, maybe I should purposely tear there and then make it look like it's been, you know, sellotaped back up again. Or, you know, I have to think about that, because it does not come naturally to me at all. Right, so we've done those. Now, I like let me show you the original one. I'm going to fold these bits here up. Okay, so I'm just going to stop 1 minute because I'm going to switch the light on. It's getting a bit dark. Hold on and I'll be right back. Right, I'm back. I've turned the light on. I don't know if that's going to help us or not, but I like to, have these like curled up a little bit. So I'm going to do that one on this one as well. So all I'm going to do is go along and just turn them up a little bit. It doesn't matter if they start tearing because we're not going to worry about that because that's the look we're going for and it will be fine in the end, she says. Okay, like that. So that's that one. I'm going to do this one as well. Now, on the original one as well, I actually did a bit of stamping on the paper, on top of Rachel's paper. I actually did a little bit of stamping as well. I won't on this one, but it is something that you could do, before tearing or after tearing. You could stamp on it to give it another bit of texture. You can see here, I've done some stamping, look. That's a sample number stamp, and I've done some stamping over here as well. So you absolutely could do that. Now, before I decide where these are going to go, I need to get my focal point because my focal point is the part that I need to work around. So these are the journal cards that Rachel has. You can tell that I've printed 2 to a sheet because this envelope is quite small and I'm really fancying cutting her out. Now remember, this is the only time that we're going to do cutting today, apart from when I cut the ties for the envelope to tie it. So I'm just going to quickly cut her out and then I'll neaten her. Actually, do you know what? I won't even cut her out properly. What I'll do is, let's use a straight ruler to tear and give a little bit of torn look. Okay, so this way, no, this way. Let's tear. Oh, that's not right. It is this way, right. My ruler was upside down. So there. Let's tear there. Lovely. Let's tear here. Thank you. And tear here. And finally tear here. Super. Thank you. And I'm going to ink her. Okay, and I am going to mount her as well. Going to mount her, layer her onto something. Now, in this one, I had my focal point on the right side, away from the stamps. But this time, my stamps are kind of here. So I don't know whether to keep her there with the stamps above it, or shall I put her over here? Nope, because she's looking that way, I want her to be I'm going to put it here. And there's also a kind of pinky, that's pinky, which will go with her really well. So I want to mount her onto something. So I don't know whether to use tea stain or book page or something entirely different. What have we got here? We have got another envelope. Okay, I won't waste that one. Oh, but we do have something a bit darker than tea stain. Let me show you. That's my tea stain paper. That is a bit of packaging paper. So I'm going to use that. And I'm going to pop her in the corner and then tear round again. So let's just do. I might need to get my glue finger out in a minute. We'll see, because I will be gluing quite, in fact I will, because we'll be gluing quite a bit. Let me put my gluey finger on. Right, and let's put that down there. Make sure there's room for me to tear around. Okay, let's just press this down. Right, lovely. Okay, so my ruler again. Super. Bit close, but it will be okay. Thank you. Thank you for tearing nicely. Thank you. So here we are, and again the shabby chic look. Let's curl it up a little bit. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just, if you're having trouble, if you ever have trouble curling it, get your finger some water, dip your finger in some water or something and get it slightly wet, and it will help you curl the paper towards you. There we go. And she is going to go there like that. Lovely jubbly. Now I am going to stick her down, I think, first, and then work around her, because that is where I want her to go. So I'm unlikely to decide to move her. And if I do, well, it's just tough, isn't it? I'm aiming for something to be less perfect today, letting go of perfection. Ooh, come on, glue. When I don't want you to come out, you do. And when I do want you to come out, you're reluctant. Which has been your favourite video so far? It's so hard to choose, isn't it? There's so many great ideas. So much inspiration out there. There is. How far have you got? I'm trying to keep up with everyone, and I'm almost there. I'm doing okay. It's the commenting. I always say that when you listen to me, but I am getting there with that as well. Putting all the likes and comments. And please do that, because, well, I don't understand these flipping YouTube algorithm-y thingy-majiggies, but I know that by clicking the like and subscribing and leaving a comment, all those kind of things really help us YouTubers. Even though I don't understand the algorithms very well, I don't know, I watch what I like, but it does help. So there we go, especially the smaller channels. Right, Marie, let's have a look-see. So I'm going to put one there. So I'm going to cut it or tear it about there. Okay, oops, a daisy. Okay, that's fine. There we go. So that one about there. Okay, and then let me tear that bit off. Come on. No shenanigans today, thank you. Now, I don't want them the same length. I want them all odd bods. No perfection here today. So let's tear that one just there. So that one and that one. And I know I'm going to want one down here. Maybe the thinnest, the narrowest part of it. I'm going to I think I want one there. So I'm going to tear it there. Can you see why I put the bows on now? So because otherwise I may have, doing this, I may have kind of then not been able to put the eyelets in. I might have encroached on the space where the eyelets need to be. So that's why I've done the eyelets and bows first. Is this too long? I'm going to have two smaller bits. Let's do, I'm not going to do it in half. I would normally just say, right, let's halve it, but let's do, that's not half, is it? No, let's do that bit and that bit. Oh, I only needed one of my strips. Look, that's good, isn't it? So I'm going to do that. Maybe there. That looks like it's the same size as the other one. So let's put the little one there. No, move that up a bit. Move that there, closer together. Okay, I'm going to put that one there. And then I'm going to put that one there. No, that one there. That one. You see, now this is where I'll start to go, that doesn't look right. But I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to do it. Right, I've got to make sure they're straight, though. That would help. Or does it? We're not trying to be perfect, are we, today? Right, that's that. I'm thinking that I might need to put a little bit of inking on these. So that one, that one, very roughly. I'm not doing it. That one, I'm not doing it. Just using the ink that I've got on my doofa thing, whatever this is called, Zamadufa thing. Oh, I'm trying to lose weight at the minute, and you would think this hot weather would help, but it doesn't, because all you want is ice cream and I don't know, something easy, because you can't be doing cooking over a hot stove. So it's like, oh, right. But it's actually so hard to lose weight, isn't it? It's really, really hard. Right, that one, stick you there. Next one, I'll do the one I need down here. Glue in the middle. Don't glue all of it, because remember, you want it to curl over a bit. And if you glue the edges completely, you aren't going to be able to do that. So just glue in the center of the, look, see, the glue's really coming out. Just glue in the center of your piece. Now, I said I was going to do that like that, wasn't I? Something like that. Okay, like that. Let me just make sure. And then I was going to do that there. Well, I'm going to do that there. Oh no, look, it's way too much. Way too much glue coming out. Okay, lid. Quickly. Right, so this one, this little itty bitty one, I am going to do, I think I'm going to do there. Oh, Marie, don't just do it because you're faffing. And this is not a project you want to be faffing on. It will look lovely, whatever you do, just do it. Okay, and then that one, make sure I've got enough room. Okay, so there. Yep, that is done. There we go. They are all stuck on. Okay, so we have that looking lovely, very shabby chic. Super, look at that. Okay, I'm going to show you how, see they're all curling over. Lovely, the beauty of tearing. So, not finished there. We need something now to, I think, go in the center of them. And on this one, I used some flowers, and I have got those with me. So, but I've also brought a few other things. I brought white flowers. I've got those. Let me get rid of my bits and pieces here. So we've got those. We've got the ones I used on the original one. Got them in there. What have I got in here? Oh yes, I also thought that this might go as well. Look at this. I do like this. And I'm thinking that that might look lovely. I could do some like that and a couple with flowers. Let's do that. I'm doing it. Decision made. Oh, I am going to use my scissors again, but just to cut the length off. Oh, what's wrong with these scissors? There we go. I'm going to have that one in there. I'm going to have flowers next to her there. So do I want that there and then flowers there, there and there? Or do I want that there and then flowers there, there and there? Nope, I'm going to have that there. Wow, Marie, decision made. You're not faffing. Woof, not faffing so much. So now, do I use my normal glue or my Fabri-Tac? Is my Fabri-Tac going to play today, or is it just going to come out in a great big splodge? Let's see. Right. Okay. Whew. Those of you that live in a country that has this kind of heat all the time, how do you do it? I guess we just get used to. Oh no, Marie, don't stick. I guess we just get used to what we have, don't we? If we have it all the time, We just get used to it. That way or that way. Trying to decide which way the ribbon should go. That way. So this one should go that way. Okay, come on, Marie, put that in. You're not gonna, no, you're not gonna play today. You're gonna go where I tell you to go, please. Thank you. Okay, so those bits, and now I do think these, because I do like them. So let's have a look here. So these, yep, that way round. Aren't they just delish? So delicious. I am definitely going to use that one here. So I'm going to fabric tack that one down. There we go. Ooh. Okay. And that's that way. Right. I might need the fabric tack to come a little bit more out this way. I always like odd numbers. I don't know what it is, but odd numbers are very pleasing to the eye. So I think somebody told me that, I think, in my scrapbooking days. And now we are thinking about whether we want said flowers here. What do you think? They do look nice, don't they? Yep, let's go for it. Said flowers on that one. Ooh, ooh. Oh, come on. Like that. Yes, let's go for it. So a bit more fabric tack on there. Ooh, come on. Oh, dear me, now it's not going to work. There we go. Thank you, fabric tack, for laying it nicely. And I'm putting them inside the curled bits. If they're not quite fitting in where the paper is curling over, move the paper out of the way. And then when the flowers or the ribbon, whatever you're doing, is dry, that's when you can curl them back over. Okay, so don't be afraid to move it out of the way first. Now, this one here, this last one, if we put something different there, what's it going to look like? I do have, they're going to be too big, but I could cut. I've printed off some of Rachel's lovely, lovely labels that go with the shabby kit, and I'm wondering, but that's so small, isn't it? I'm wondering if I just need something different there, and the word kind, let me take my, and the word kind of here. Let's see what it looks like, the little label thingy-majiggy. Let's start with, sorry, I'm looking at them and you can't see them. I'm wondering if I put something like that down and then put the word on top. I am cutting again now though, aren't I? Please forgive me. Please forgive me, but this one does need cutting out because they're tiny. There we go. Let's just, oh, and a word. Let me keep that close. So I'm just going to cut this label out. Let's have a look, see. I think it's going to be too big. So I might have to make it my own kind of label by cutting it down somewhat. Might even need cutting down more than that. Let's have a look, see. I want to get rid of this line because I've got rid of all the other lines on it. Right. Yeah, still a tad. What do we think? Tad, I think, yeah, tad too wide still. So I'm going to make it, I do it this way. Going to make it slightly narrower. And maybe tad more. Tad more. So it's like that. And I'm going to mount it, layer it onto, I think, some of the packaging again. which I've just moved out of the way. Okay, scrunch it up a little bit, make it look a little bit. Where have I done that packaging? Here we go. This is going to be perfecto. Oh, goes that way. Right. Bit more glue. Please play glue because it's only a little bit. It's very narrow. Don't come out in great big splodgers. Okay, lovely. Let's turn that around the way we want it. And there. Okay. Right, lovely. I'm scrunching it up a little bit. And where's my little ruler? Here we go. Need a little bit of that brown showing. There we go. That bit's not sticking down. It will. It will. Let's just get that bit off. Right, look. Oh yes, how lush. Lush, lush, lush. I do need a word on her, but here I need to decide. Let me put that there first. I think it is going to be, yep, 2 more of those, which are now dangling in my paper. Right, let's move them out of the way. And Fabri-Tac, move out the way, bow. Am I on screen? Okay, and that goes like that. Can you see where I'm kind of going with this? And oh, bit of that Fabri-Tac spider webby. Let's move that out of the way a minute. That's going on there. Move that paper. It's in the way, and when that's dry, I shall push it back up. There, like that. And that is going to go there, but I'm just checking because I want to put a word or something on there. And I think I'm going to need it to be blue. Special day, this week, our story, treasure this just because. Oh, special day, special day. No, the prompt is, oh yeah, that's okay. I'll put special day on here. Let me cut it out. I know I'm off screen, sorry. Eyes are back. Now this one is going to have to be quite small because I made the other one. Oh, that's not even straight. Oh, Marie, doesn't have to be. Well, in this case it does. I need it to be straight. I actually might not even have that flower on it. No. Let's just do that again. Okay, see how tiny this is? I'll show you in a minute. It's really tiny. Right, you wait until you see my journal, or journals I should say, because this June malarkey has made me go into 2 journals. Right, let's do that on there. Actually, let's stick this on first, seeing as this glue is coming outy. Right, I haven't got my glue finger on now. That's going that way, so let's put that there, like so. I'm just holding it up so that I can, yep, lovely, and then making sure we've got this one the right way up. Special day, and I'm going to put that on there like that. Oh, lush, this is beautiful. And there we have it. That is so lush. And on the back, I'm undecided whether to make a, you know, that bit that's stuck down to cover the back. But I was going to put some lace there, and then I won't need to do that. And lace won't interfere with something going in and out either, will it? So let's just do that quickly. Oh, do you like it? I love it. I love it. Right. What about some, we could continue with this. We could. What do you think? Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's be a golfer. That one. So in theory, Oh, come on, why is that not working? In theory, that bit should fit there as well. Yep. So let's do one that size too. That one and that one. So about there. I think my scissors need sharpening, to be honest. But it's telling me you're not supposed to be using scissors anyway. That's probably why they're not cutting very well. Probably. Right. So we're having this bit here, like that. And we're having that bit over there, like so. Okay, so I'm going to have that bit on, oops, on there. Yep, I am. There we go. And this bit on here. Let's just make sure that sticks down a minute, because that fabric tack, I'm not sure is enough on there. Let me just check in a minute that that's going to hold down, and I'm going to cut off these little straggly ends here if my scissors will let me. If they will let me. No, see now what's going on with these scissors. Oh man, please do what you're told. Hey, look at that. So that now ties in with the front, and I can now squish those. There we go. So there we have it. Let me move things out of the way and show you my first go. So that is what I made first. Okay, and stupidly I made some journaling room on the inside, but of course you can't open it. If I had just done holes without the eyelets, that would have worked, but because I've used the eyelets, duh me, it's kind of shut it completely. And I didn't realise until I did the same with this one. It was only then that I thought, oh, duh me. But hey, there we go. Letting go of perfection, tearing, repairing, letting go of, it's fine. It's fine. My husband doesn't like the word fine, but there we go. He says if a woman says she's fine, she really isn't. That's what he says. Right, so my little bows with some nice little cream rope there, decorated my envelope with torn strips of tissue, and I collaged it on and scrunched it up, and then focal point, and then my little bits and pieces. I really hope you like that and have a go. It's a vintage original piece of ephemera, and I've just altered it, and that is what I love doing, taking original pieces and just turning it into something that works for me. So that is probably going to go, well, it will, the smaller one will go in one of my journals. This was my original journal, and it got too gatory mouth, so I've had to make another journal, and I need to make the topper for it, because look, there is no, what was I thinking that all that would fit in one journal? It doesn't, so I've had to make two. So this lovely envelope will go in one of these somewhere, and I shall do a flip through at the end of the month when I'm back with you, and I will show you exactly all the things that I've put inside my two journals. So I hope you'll come back and join me, and I hope you like what I have created today. So thank you, everyone. See you soon. I am back at the end of the month. Bye for now. Don't forget to go over and see Dash of Dave. Bye.